Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm going to bring you a video on altering these little crystal angels. Now, I know I got these angels from my friend Sherry, and I think I had told you guys that she got those wings, these wings that I used in my my angel light that I did in my last video. I think I told you guys she got these at Hobby Lobby, and she didn't. She actually got these at Dollar Tree. So I wanted to correct that. But these angels, I do believe she got at Hobby Lobby. So, excuse me. So, I'm nearly positive that that's where these came from, but I got them from my friend Sherry. She sent them to me, and she sent me these beautiful little crystal dangles as well. And I took one of these out because I want to do something with one of these. And I'm not going to really use it on anything today, but I am going to add a little something to these, and then we will use this in another video. But today's video is going to be all about the angels. Now, I did take a couple of these angels out, and you can see that they are two different shapes. This one's got the teardrop, and it's got a much smoother front to it. And then this one has the diamond shape, and it has the diamond cuts in it as well. And there's something that I'm going to do, which is kind of what I'm going to do to this as well. That's why I took this out, to kind of maybe just even fancy one of these up even a little bit more. So I think the one we're going to do today is going to be this one. Let me see if I can get my light any brighter. I think that's as bright as it's going to get. There we go. It should be fine. So I've got a few little odds and ends out here that we will use some of them we won't. But we're going to kind of play as we go here. Initially, what I was going to do today is I purchased these belt buckles. My friend Becky sent me a video where a lady had done some belt buckles, and she had done some boho stuff to them. So I was going to do this video on these, but I really wasn't quite prepared to do it. So, and I really needed to get this video done. But I got these in different sizes. You can see they go from really large, like this one, to, you know, several sizes smaller. So they go, hold on real quick. So you can see this one's a little bit smaller, and then they go all the way down to these little tiny ones here. And I thought, you know what, I can do something really cute. You could even do like a little pair of earrings with these little tiny ones. So we're going to be playing with these. Probably my next video I will be making these, and you guys need to watch that video, because what we're going to be making with them is really super cool, and they will be like keychains, more than likely, or purse charms, but they're going to be really pretty cool. So you guys can see I'm using my little J. Diction tray here, tabletop, and leveler that my friend Kareth sent me, and this is going to be my go-to from now on, because it gives me the exact space that I can work in, and I don't think I will go off camera in my videos now. So I think Kareth, you saved me in more ways than one. So thank you. So anyway, I've got some other things off to the side, but I'm going to read a real quick quote. And this quote, it's funny that this came up, because right now it is pretty late at night, and I had been texting back and forth with a friend of mine. And this friend of mine, and you know who you are, and you'll know by what I'm about to say, she is an incredibly strong woman who has become a very, very dear friend of mine. I'm not going to say any names, but she'll know who she is. And she has battled incredible, tough circumstances in her life in the last few years. And I've got a couple of friends that have been kind of going through these things. But this particular friend, I've actually, there's a few of them actually, but I explained to her today in a message because I felt it on my heart, and she has been an inspiration to me. She's gone through health problems, family tragedies, just you name it, and she has been through it. And this woman continues to go on helping other people, making other people smile, making other people happy, including myself. And she's done so much for me and so much for others. And I just want you to know that you are an inspiration to me. I told you that today. I have a firm belief that there are angels among us, and God chooses those angels to walk around and to help the rest of us. And those angels, generally, those people in this world go through the most tragedy. So when you see people who have been through a lot of tragedy, in my belief, those are the people that God has chosen to kind of help the rest of us out. And I believe He holds a special place in heaven for those people. So So I was looking for an inspirational quote today, or tonight, to read at the beginning of this video, and this one popped up, and I thought it was very appropriate for this person. So it says, "The strongest people I've met have not been given an easier life. They've learned to create strength and happiness from dark places." And that was written by Kristen Butler. And that is so true, you guys. Some of the people that I know that are the happiest, kindest, most giving people are the people that have been through the most tragedies in their lives. And I firmly believe that. And I firmly believe that God's given them that ability to push through those things because He's got a plan. So, you know who you are. God bless your heart and your soul. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such a dear friend to me, and for making me smile when I know it's hard for you. Because, you know, there are times when I feel like, gosh, how is she able to think of me when she's going through so much in her own life? And, you know, it hurts my heart sometimes, but, you know, she doesn't ever complain. She just pushes through everything, and I am in awe of her. And I just want to say thank you for coming into my life. I've been blessed more than you guys can possibly know. I have been blessed by some of the strongest women and the kindest people, and I am so lucky to have friends like that in my life that inspire me and keep me going. So anyway, that's enough from me. But I wanted to read that quote because it was so appropriate for the message that I had sent to my friend today, just today. And I thought, wow, this is crazy that this came up now. So we had to read that one. Okay, so I think we're going to do this one right now. We're going to get started. I, on Temu, ordered some nail decals, and I got these and these, and I have some others around as well. I think I'm going to use these today, and I'm going to put a couple of these on the crystal part of this angel, and these are acrylic crystals, and this comes with one page of decals. These are so awesome. They're like little teeny stickers. But what we're going to do is we're going to put some of these stickers on the glass here. But the other thing I'm going to be doing, and so I don't want to cover any stickers up, is I'm going to be putting this sort of in the center of the crystal. And this is a acrylic or a resin little picture frame that my friend Sherry gave me. She made a whole bunch of these, and I thought that kind of really fits in the center of this really nicely, and it adds a little something to this. But what I want to do is I want to put one of those decals right here in the center, which will be sort of in the middle of this little picture frame. So once I get it on there, I think you guys will be able to see it. I just want to pick the appropriate size rose, and honestly I think I'm going to use one of this bigger one up here in the top corner. Hopefully I can get these to come off easily with my nails. It makes it a little bit harder to do certain things, but look at it's getting right under that and peeling right off, see? And so we're just going to take this and we're going to put it right in the center where there's a little pointy piece right there, and I think I want it to go up a little bit higher. Oh gosh, I hope I can get it off. Yeah. Okay, let me just point this up just a little bit so I get it centered. I've got this over here, my arm's rolling on it. I think right about there. And get it turned in the right direction, and I think that is where I want it to go. I'm just going to press it on there real well. And so we've got that little rose right in the middle there. Isn't that pretty? And it's got some gold flecks kind of in the leaves of the rose. And then we're going to add this right there over the top of that. And it really does look pretty, you guys. Now, the way that I'm going to put this on here is I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue. I'm going to dot it in a couple of spots on this, and then I am actually going to resin this. I guess I don't need that quite yet. I'm going to resin this piece on to this, just kind of at the top and the bottom so that it will stick. But in the meantime, we're going to put just a dot of glue there and a dot of glue there, and very quickly get this where we want it to be. And I'll hold that down, and hopefully I got the glue in the right spot. It just needs to hold enough so that I can put the resin on there and pop it under my lamp. So it's not holding on there super tight. Well, I think I let it get cooled off a little too much. Let me put another little dot of glue there. And pop that down. There we go. Perfect. And then all I'm going to do is I've got some of my UV resin here, and I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to kind of try and get behind here, and you're not going to really see this resin too much because it's clear. And I just want to get enough in there so that it causes this to stick. And I'm going to actually paint right over this little rose as well. And that way I can get that resin to kind of go around, and wherever this is touching, the resin will cure to both pieces, and we'll have a nice strong bond. And very quickly, I want to do this as quickly as possible. I'm going to pop this under my light for just a few seconds so that it can cure. There we go. And then while that's doing its thing, I'm going to put this back in the package here. Oh, no, I'm not. I might use some more of these, so I'm going to just set that aside there. I've got this pretty rhinestone piece and or one of these filigree pieces that I'm thinking about putting at the bottom of this. Hold on. Okay, so we've got that resined on there, and you can see we've got the little rose in the center there. And then what I want to do, the other thing that I have too, is I've got this that I could actually hang from the bottom, and that would be really gorgeous. I was looking at either that or possibly hanging this from the bottom, and look at that, you guys. Oh my word, is that ever gorgeous. I think we're going to end up using this. I just love this rhinestone chain in particular. It is so beautiful. And I am using it like crazy. This is what I have left of it, which is cool. I've got, you know, plenty of pieces that I can use. This one down here at this end is a partial piece, but that's okay because I can kind of break it up and use this centerpiece and then use use this as a dangle, and then this one as a dangle. So yeah, so those will still be good. But this one I wanted intact so that I can put it right here at the bottom. But the other thing that I want to do, I think before I do that, I want to add some pretty little charms and things. And here's one of the things that I got from Temu. And they're these little teeny tiny nail charm roses. And I've got, let's see, I've got 2 packages here that I have opened so that I could look at them. I haven't used them yet. So this will be the first project that I'm going to use these in. But they're teeny tiny little flowers, and you guys, they come with these little pearls as well. And they're made, I don't know if you guys can get a good view of these or not. They're made really well, and the little rose petals are so defined. Let's see if you guys can see that. They're so defined and so pretty. I'm going to set those down. Maybe if I take the dark ones out, you can see it a little bit better. I love those pale pink ones. Those are my favorites. And I did order 3 packages of the pale pink and 2 packages of the dark pink. But they are so pretty, you guys. But they've got them in purple and green and blue and these 2 colors, and then I think maybe yellow. Yeah, these you can see a little bit better. See how pretty they are? And I'm telling you guys, without a doubt, these are made so well. And they, you know how sometimes you make the flowers in the molds and they kind of get bubbly and kind of weird and wonky. These have no bubbles or weird wonky edges, nothing, you guys. They're perfectly formed into little roses. And look how pretty those colors look together. If I don't know if I can zoom in on them too good here, but we'll give it a shot. I'll put this stuff on here and I'll just move this over so that it's more in the middle, and then I can kind of come in on it a little bit better. So you can see the 2 colors just look so pretty together, don't they? So we're going to use some of these on our angels today. Let's back off again and get my camera back in position. Okay. I can come in a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And this way I know to stay on top of my napkin here. Okay. So we are going to use these, and I thought what I'd like to do is I'd like to put some sort of here, but I also want to use at least one bigger flower, and I've got my little porcelain flowers here. I don't know if it's going to be too big. I mean, it really isn't. And then I've also got my little white and gold flowers here that would be pretty as well. But I really kind of wanted to go more with my little teeny flowers here. So, oh, one of the things that I did want to do, I know what I wanted to do. I thought maybe what I would do is put, this'll work, put this along with one of these roses on one of the wings or in front of the wing. I just had this was from something else I had made, and I thought, you know, these two together really go nicely. So I thought it makes a really nice little extra thing for the wing, or I could take and just put maybe a couple of these smaller gold and white roses here. I can't get them to sit there, but let's see. Let me see if I can hold this down and then set them on top. So those would be pretty as well, but I really think I do like the pink one on there. So I think that's going to be the route that I'm going to take with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this onto this little teeny tiny applique, and I think I'm going to have it sort of like that. And this actually has a little piece of paper stuck on the back, so I'm going to cut that off real quick. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Do we want this? I'm going to look at this and see if we want it to go on this side, or do we want it to go on this side? And I think I really like it over here because these kind of wisp up that way on this side. So I'm going to put that right there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue on that, and I'm going to glue it onto her little collar there, get it in place the way I want it, just like that. And then I'm going to take, and I'm actually going to dot some resin on here again, right to the back there, because I just feel like when I use the resin, I feel like it really holds things down, and I can put it on this fabric and it will be just fine, and I can get it back kind of behind the flower there and really get this so that I know for certain and for sure this is not going to come off. And I'm just dabbing back behind the wing there. And I'm going to pop it under my light for a few seconds. And we're not going to use the filigree pieces this time. That decision has been made. We don't need that, and we don't need those. So I'm going to set those out of the way. This we're going to keep out. I don't know if I'm going to use this, or, you know, I really thought this angel would make a nice rear view mirror hanger. So I did take out some of my ball chain here. I've got some silver ball chain that my friend sent me, so we're going to take a piece of that out. It's not a super long ball chain, but I think it's long enough because you can kind of attach this to something else that you've already got hanging on your mirror, or You could add a piece of ribbon to it or something, you know, to get it to hold on. So there's that. And see, this will just hang up here and it'll be perfect. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do is we want to add some of these little flowers. And so I'm going to figure out, I'm thinking maybe to put a couple of them on this. So let's bring you guys in about there. And I'm going to leave this right here, and I'm going to add, again, some resin. Let me see how I want these to go first. I'm going to put a couple of them, and I do like the mixture of these different colored flowers. So this is going to be really nice. I've got a little teeny one right here. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get that to stay on just for viewing purposes. Yeah, I don't think it's going to stay. One more try. Here, I know what I need to do. I need to get my little pliers here and see if I can just kind of get in there and set it down. No, it just doesn't want to stay. There's a little slope. And that way, and I also won't be able to put them on the other side because I want to put some on this edge, kind of like that, and maybe some up here at the top. We'll use that one. And one of these little pink ones. Whoopsies. Yeah, that one's going to do the same thing. So, you know what? We're just going to go for it, you guys. We're going to just add these on. I know how to do this, so it's not like they're going to turn out badly. And I was thinking, I want to look real quick and see if maybe I want a couple of these to kind of go to the inside like that. I might do that. But I don't want to cover up the inside rows either, so I don't want to mess it up by adding too much weird stuff. Well, we're just going to do this. We're just going to go for it. And then we're going to add some of these little teeny tiny pearls as well. So we might have to do this a little bit at a time, you guys, but I'll only have to put it under the UV light for a few seconds in the beginning, and then I can continue adding stuff to it, and then I will go ahead and leave it under a little bit longer to finish it off. So we'll put one here. And with this resin on here, these are going to sit on here a little bit better. They're not going to slide off so easily because the resin makes it just a little bit sticky. And we've got that one there. And then at the top, we're going to put that one there. Whoops. Right there. And that one. Like that. And I want this little teeny pink one. I think I need a little more resin up here by the bow. And put this little teeny pink one right there. And we'll get these set real quick, and then I'll start adding some of the little pearls. But for now, I just want to get these down on there real quick. And I really only need to put it under there for 15 seconds or so, and then we can move on to the next step. And then again, like I said, at the end, we'll go ahead and stick it under there for about 90 seconds and get the whole thing secured. And this little piece, I kind of knocked it off, so I'm gonna, got a little fuzz on my brush there. Okay, let's do this one more time here. Okay, and I'm gonna just pop a little more resin under there while I'm here. And under these, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these little pearls while we're here. So we'll just use our pliers to do this. I love these little pearls too. They're so pretty. And they'll really add a touch of elegance. And the pearls are like different little sizes. And then these are teeny tiny ones. Put that one right there. And then I want to put one right in between these. And let's take a little bit bigger one to do that. Whoopsies. I let go of it too soon. Ah. It's sticking to my pliers, you guys. So by the time it lets go, it's not in the spot that I want it to be in. Darn it. Come on, you. There we go. We got 2 of them up there. Awesome. I'm going to pull some more of these little pearls out too. I feel like I don't want both of those right there. I only want one of you. Okay, you can stay there. And you can go right there. And I'm going to put a little tiny one right there. And that looks very pretty. Okay, so now let me get some more of the pearls out. And there's little, not just pearls, there's little bubbles in here too. I'm just going to go ahead and drop these out. These bubbles are super pretty too. They're clear bubbles. So maybe we'll add 1 or 2 of those in there too. What do you say? Oh, those are pretty. And we'll add a little bubble with this one in the middle. And that kind of looks pretty. They're kind of, I'm going to add a little bit more resin here because they're just kind of coming together. And there's little silver ones too. Whoops, I just popped that one right out of the way. Let's see. We want a bubble right here. Put that one right there. Oh yeah, those look really pretty, you guys. Alright, so now let's get some up at the top. We'll just start adding them in there. And I'd like a bubble there. Oops. I don't think I got enough resin there. I have to remember I have to get that other flower still hooked on, so I have to be careful. So we'll put that bubble right, oops, right in the middle. Stay there. Oh. Just like that. And I want a little pearl right up there, right there, and let's put a pearl there. I'm looking for a tiny bubble. Tiny bubbles. My mom used to listen to that song all the time. Tiny bubbles. I'm sure you guys remember it. Let's see. Get a pearl right there. And I need a little more resin right there. And sorry, my eyes are starting to get a little blurry. And a little tiny pearl, and I just lost one. And that was the big bubble on top. Well, that one just doesn't want to stay for some reason. There. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pop this in my light here. This is going to be gorgeous, you guys. I am super excited about this one. And we'll be using a couple more of those. Okay, so we've got all of our little pearls in there. I hope you guys can see them. Let's see. Sometimes it's just a matter of changing my light. There we go. Now you guys can see those pearls really well. So that's what she looks like so far. Super pretty. We're going to leave that light a little bit lower for now. I think you can see her better with that light. Okay, so now I did take out a couple of my little, these are also nail charms that you can get on Temu, and these I got, I did get these from my friend Robin, and I'm going to add one right over here because I think it adds something to this applique. So we're just going to take and add a dot of glue in here and pop that in there because we're just gluing that to that lace, so it should stick down just fine with the hot glue, and add that right in there. So see, that just adds that bit of sparkle. And then I was thinking, I've got another one here. I was thinking about putting one on this side as well. I'm going to look at that. That looks really, really pretty like that. Or the other thing I was thinking is possibly putting one of these off to the side on that. And it does add a lot to that little frame. So that looks really, really pretty. So it's either there or there. And I wish I had Tacovision so you guys could tell me which space looks better. Let's see. If I put it there, it's got to go real close to that flower. So that's if it's up there. But I really think it looks very pretty. Or I could also take, I've got some of these in pink as well. I could take a pink one instead. I have a lot more of these pink ones left. And this kind of goes with the flowers and stuff that are on here. And I could add that as well. And that looks really pretty there. Or maybe even putting that in here. Next to that flower. Just like that. And that also looks very beautiful in there. So, I don't know, you guys. I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll take this and I'm going to add that right in there. I've got to get it in there quickly, right like that. And I will add some resin to this as well to hold it down. And then maybe add this one, the white one, over here. You know, it just doesn't seem to show up as much. You know, the other thing I have is my little AB butterflies. These are super duper pretty, you guys, and I don't know how well you can see it. Let me go down and away a little bit, or maybe this one requires more light. So this is an AB butterfly. I think you can see that better with this light. And if I put that, maybe this would be better on the frame. It does look really pretty on that frame. Let me see if I want it there, or maybe I'll put two of these on the frame. Maybe put one like right there. No, I really like it on the other side. It looks really pretty right there. So I'm going to tap a little bit of resin on there, right in that center section. We're going to pop our butterfly down right there. And while I'm at it, I'll put some resin up behind this to make sure I get it stuck down. And we're going to pop this under the light real quick. Let's see. I was thinking about using this butterfly on her somewhere as well, but maybe I'll save this and maybe, I don't know. It seems a little bit big for these angels, I think. Okay, so that'll be good enough for that. And then again, I'll pop this under and let it sit under the light for some time. I also have some of my other little nail charms and things. I took some of these out to possibly use on her. That would be pretty, just kind of hanging down from that applique. I really like that a lot. So I'm going to pop a little dot of glue under this and pop it in there, and then again later I'll put some resin on there and really make sure it sticks well. And that way she's got just that little dangle right there. I think that looks pretty. Just like that. See? And then these other ones, I've got some really pretty nail charms here that might look pretty kind of coming out from spaces, or they might just get lost in there like that. That feels kind of lost to me. I can't really see that too well. I've got a gold bow here, and this might look pretty coming off from that flower. Or even, well, no, we don't want it to go there because we're going to put that beautiful charm there. I don't think that I need this. Yeah, we're going to leave these charms off of here. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to try, and I say try, we're going to try and get this on here real well. So we'll put down that middle section first. And again, I'm going to dot it with glue first. Actually, here, I know what we'll do. We'll put a little bit of resin right here and right here, because those are the spots that are going to probably touch really well. So we want to get resin on those spots. And I'm going to be flipping this over as well to get that resin on both sides. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue right in the middle here and very quickly get this glued down. I'm going to just hold it there for a second and make sure it's straight, just like that. So I've got that piece down. So now to very carefully figure out how we're going to get these other pieces down, we're only going to use glue on these. Let me find out where that's going to land. Okay, that needs to go. Whoopsies, that was not a happy thing. I'm going to put a dot of glue there. Pop that right on top of it. And make sure it's turned in the right direction. There we go. So we've got that one on there. So now to figure out where this one's going to land, it's going to go right there. So again, I'm going to pop a dot of glue and get that over the top. There we go. So now we'll just take our resin and we're going to pop that just kind of behind there. And I just have a little cup with some resin in it, you guys, that I'm dotting this brush with. And I'm just going to try and get behind this in a couple of spots. And then, let's see, I'm going to get a paper towel real quick and dab so that I don't have blobs of resin under here. Try and get the acrylic cleaned off a bit. Okay, and I'm going to pop this under the light real quick. Okay, you guys, so I boo-booed. I added a couple of things and I thought my camera was going and it wasn't. Really all I did though was I added a couple of flowers right here. And I added this one piece to the back just to add, let me get my resin out of the way here before I knock it over, just to add these little dangles coming down. I wanted just a little bit more of a dangle. So that's really all I did, and I did it just with resin. I actually glued this. This was a piece of this beautiful chain that I have, and it's got these little dangles on it. So I took a section of 3, and so I just took these pieces right here and I glued it in a couple of spots on the back here just to get it tacked down. And then I have a couple of glue strings there that I'm going to get off of there, but that's easy to do. And then I just took my resin and my brush and I dabbed along the back side of that to get it completely covered with the resin. I'm just trying to get a piece of glue off of here right now that I can actually see. So I just dabbed the resin on the back here, and it is now beautifully attached, and these are both free from each other, so they're not touching. And I did add, I don't know how well you can see this. Let's dim our light down just to a different light here. Let's see. That's the bright light. Let's go to this one for now. And you can see I added a little butterfly there. And I added, let's see, I think we did this butterfly together, but if we didn't, I added a butterfly there. And then this flower and this flower here. And then one in the center of that. I just wanted to kind of pull all of the flowers kind of coming down and giving kind of a wispy feeling. So I did add those, and I'm sorry you guys, I didn't mean to do it off camera. I thought I had hit my button, and I guess somehow I didn't. And then I've got this little dangle that I made a little while back. It's got a blessed charm on it there. And this is just one of my little nail charms that has a dangle pearl and just a little piece of lace, just a scrap piece of lace that I attached to the back. And I thought maybe we would put that, just kind of have that hanging from somewhere on this wing here. I think I don't know how this is going to hang, so we're going to give it a shot. If it doesn't look good, we will not leave it there. So I'm just going to put that right there. And pull it through. Let's see. Like that. And that'll just hang from her wing. And that way, if somebody wants to take that off, they can. You could use that on something else. But for now, it will be on the angel's wing. I was going to put this little timepiece thing on there, but I just decided not to add this to it. I felt like it really didn't need anything else. This poor little angel's got so much on her already, but that would have just kind of, it felt out of place. I did want to add a little butterfly somewhere, but as you can see, it just kind of adds that thing that it's like, okay, why are you just adding it just to add something to it? And I kind of felt that's kind of where I was going with it. So I decided not to add the butterfly, the bigger butterfly. And this is just a little bow with a rhinestone on the end of it, and I'm wondering if that would look good next to that. It actually looks kind of pretty with that dangle. If I was to resin that right there, that would keep that in place a little bit better too. So, you know what, I think I am going to add that, so that will make this little dangle no longer able to come apart. I mean, you could pop it off of there if you really, really wanted to. I can tell you it would be very easy to pop it off. You'd have to work at it, obviously, a little bit, but it will come off if you absolutely hate that dangle. But I like it. I think it looks very pretty and appropriate. So I'm going to pop this under my lamp very carefully so that I don't lose anything. So I'm just going to hold it there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are all done, you guys. We got this beautiful, I mean, you guys, this angel is absolutely gorgeous, and I will get pictures, still photo pictures of it hanging. So that, oh, we want to add our ball chain to the top here, so we're just going to pop that through the eye pin, if I can get a hold of it with my nail. Yeah, you guys, I've been doing my nails lately. You know, I pick up the nails at work, and it's kind of been like my one little pleasure lately that I've really been enjoying doing is my nails. You can see I've got my little cross. I always put one of my, I only have 2 cross charms. So when I pop them off, I pop them off and put them aside. And let's see, like that. And I always put the cross back on. And then these are just glittery, 2 glittery nails, and they've got little bow charms on them with little pearls in them. And then the other ones are just pink nails. But, you know, I've really been enjoying doing them. It's kind of my one little pleasure that I really enjoy. And so I thought, you know what? So I do pick them up at work when I have a few extra bucks. They're cheap. So, you know, $5 a package usually. And, you know, it comes with all the things you need, the glue and all that stuff, and they last me pretty well. Actually, I'm surprised at how well they last. So I'm really enjoying them, and I think they really do make a difference in my hands. Every once in a while I get a nice little compliment when I'm at work and somebody sees them, so I'm enjoying having those nails. I haven't had my nails done in years and years and years. I used to have them done when I was back in my 20s, and then I stopped doing it. And I just kind of decided, you know, a couple of the girls at work had them on, and I thought, you know what, I sure would like to do that. So I went ahead and I went for it and added some nails. So anyway, you guys will be seeing me with lots of different ones. I've bought a few packages of them, and I just keep them aside, and when it's time to change them, I change them out. And if I see some really interesting ones or pretty ones at work, that I really love, then, you know, I'll pick them up, and that way I've got them for next time. So anyway, that's it, you guys. That's our little angel. Isn't she gorgeous? I was trying to see if I could, there's really no way I can do a hanging thing where you can see it actually dangling until I take my still photos, but you guys will see that when I take those pictures. But it sparkles like crazy. The little rose in the middle, let's see, let me get a little white piece of paper. That shows up really nicely in the middle. You can see that. And I just resined on the inside there so that it is protected and everything. And we have our little ball chain hanger and our little blessed charm here. And our other little dangle charm on this wing. And I think this little piece of applique turned out gorgeous. It's one of my favorite parts of it. And then there's our little dangles at the bottom that look so, so, so pretty. So anyway, that's our little angel. And really what I was going to do, I know I told you guys we were going to work on one of these. What I was going to do with this is I've got some more of those decals, and what I want to do is I want to take one of these and add some decals to it to make kind of a different kind of a dangle. You know, I thought that would be really, really pretty. So we've got these other flowers, and some of them say like love and what have you. And since, I mean, I just think they'd be pretty. So let's just add a couple of them here just so you guys can kind of see what they look like. Grab this one. And I really had planned on using more of them on the other one, but the angel just didn't need it. So I think we'll go with this love one right here in the middle there. You can see how pretty that looks. It just adds a little something to it. But you know what I'm noticing? This one has a mirror on the back side. And I don't know if I like it having that mirror there. So what I might do is pull that off of there. And maybe we'll put it on the bottom because the bottom side doesn't have the mirror. So we'll put that, say, right there. Just like that. And it really does. It makes a difference in the whole dangle. And then I thought what I would do is probably take like a couple of my tiny little flowers here. These are the darker ones. And maybe we'll add a couple of these to the top half. I feel like I need dark and light though, because I do like the combination of the two roses, you know, to add a little bit of contrast. So if we do that, and maybe, whoops, and they're going to go sliding off again. Here, we're just going to go for it. We're going to add the resin, and I'm just going to add it to the center right here. You guys can see that all right. I'm just making sure. I'm just going to dot it on there, and we're going to add some flowers. So we'll put a dark one and one of our lighter roses and a smaller dark one up there. And whoopsies, I keep dropping it. And then you can just take it and maybe add one more down here. Like that. Kind of shape it a little bit, you know, so it has some sort of a design to it. And then we'll add a few little pearls. So I'm going to add some pearls up here. And let's see, how do we want to do this? Maybe some pearls kind of coming down. Let me take my pliers. And of course they're a little sticky. Ah, of course. And this one might be pretty with some of the silver balls on it. These darn pliers, they're going to keep sticking to them because they have just the tiniest little bit of resin stuck to them. So it sticks just long enough so that once I get it up there and I open it up, and as soon as I get it where I want it, it falls off to the side. There we go. And I want to put some silver ones on this, so let me get some of those to fall out of the bag here. There's a silver one, and I thought the silver would be pretty because of the mirror that's on there. There's two silver ones there, and I'm just going to let those both drop on here. You drop there. If they will let go, and of course it does not want to let go. Alright, I'm just gonna... This is frustrating. Very, very frustrating, because now my roses are all kind of going all scattered. And it won't stick to the resin that's on the actual piece. So they just keep falling off. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, stick. It feels like maybe with these silver ones, there's like almost a magnetic response to my pliers. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, that one just dropped and stuck. So let's do this. We'll let that one sit there. And I'm not too worried about the fact that these have kind of slid a little bit. I'm not going to worry about that. Because I'm going to just shape this how I want it. And we'll put that one there. And we'll Get a little one, put that on next. Yeah, see the pearly ones are dropping and sticking, so I think that's what it is with the silver ones. They're a little bit magnetic, so they are actually metal, and so they want to stick to my plier. So let me just try and drop that one into the resin there. There we go. I'm going to get a couple more on here as well. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to go with any of the little bubble ones on this. I think I just want the pearls and the little silver ones. And let's see, let's find one more silver. I think I have it in my hand. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I did, but it didn't fall into the resin. This one's going to be hard because I've got this little thing on the charm at the top and it doesn't want to. Let's see, what else could I use to do this? Maybe this one won't. Yeah, see, it's sticking to this one too. That's okay. We're going to figure this out. I'm going to get it to drop. There we go. I got it to let go. Oh, it slid off. That was a bummer. There we go. Okay. And I thought I had some toothpicks up here, but I can't seem to locate those. So let's just move these around. I found a skewer. So we'll move those around there. And we need a little metal one. Here. Put that there, and we'll put one more. Okay. All right, you guys, so let me get these in order here now one last time. Trying to get some kind of a design going on here. I need one more silver one. Got one right there. Right there. Okay, so there, I like that. I like that. And I'm going to pop this under the light. Well, you know what? Wait a minute, guys. I'm sorry. I do want to do something else here. I want to put a couple of these in the... Whoops. In the center of it. Well, that one's not going to work for those. One there. Got to get some pearls kind of in the middle of this as well. And we'll grab a little tiny one, pop it in there, just like that. That one there. Boy, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be on this. Wow. I expected this to go super fast. And let's see. Get a little pearl right there. And I don't know, maybe we will use a bubble or two. That might look kind of cool on there. Actually, it does. It looks very cool. Let's see. Sorry, you guys, I hope I'm not taking up too much of your time here. I probably am, but it's going to be real pretty in the end, I promise. This is one of those things that your patience will definitely pay off in the end when you're done with this one. Okay, let me get these all in place, and then it's going under the light. And if I decide I want to add more to it, I can add those after this. Just get these where I want them. And I think I'm pretty happy right there. So let's get moving. You can see these like in the mirror down below, and so it makes it hard sometimes because it's reflecting and you can't tell which is the actual pearl and which is the mirrored one. So, okay. Just a minute here. There we go. We've got those on there. Look at how pretty that looks. It just adds a whole nother dimension to this. Now, I did notice that I put those on that side, and look at, that's on the other side. That doesn't matter, you guys. I can fix that in just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We're just going to pop this over, take that off, turn it around, and it should be right now. And we'll close up that eye. Okay, just like that. And there we go. Now we've got that to the front as well. Let's get a white piece of paper here, and I can show you a little bit better what we've got going on here. And you can see that's the bottom half, that's the top half, and it looks very, very pretty. And this hanging from, shoot, a purse. It would be a gorgeous, gorgeous purse charm, a gorgeous rear view mirror hanger. I would hang this definitely on my rear view mirror, but I am crazy about hanging stuff from my rear view mirror. I have lots and lots of things hanging from mine. You could take another charm and let's see, what do I have here? You could take some of these. This is something that would be extra pretty on this as well. So this is one of my little nail charms, and it's got a dangling rhinestone piece. So I could take that and find a spot maybe on this bottom one and hang it from there. or hang it from the top of it, let's go ahead and go for it. Why not, you guys? Also, I've got this pretty one. This is a pink. It's got a pink rhinestone in it, and this one doesn't have a dangle, but it goes really nice with this decal that we've put on here. So we could put that, you know, say right there or up at the top. And I think I have like 6 of these, so I will be making some more of these, maybe selling them in my Etsy shop. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to go for it with this. I like this one, actually. Just dabbing it with some resin. And I'm going to set that right on there and very quickly try to get it under the light and attached. I just want to make sure it's straight, just like that. And as long as I put it under there for about 10 seconds, it'll be in place. And then I have another idea really, really quick. Okay, so we've got that on there. It looks very, very pretty, and it's in position. We could take this other one and we could actually hang it from the bottom, and you've got a little dangle hanging off of the bottom of this, and that is awesome. So I'm going to take my resin, dab it on there, just like that. I'm going to hold this right there and make sure I've got it dangling from the right location. Oops, not letting it get too high or too low. And I'm going to have it right there, and I'm going to hold it under my light real quick. Gotta turn the light on first. Get it situated. Just like that. And let it sit for a second while I hold it, and then I can just pop it under there and let it finish. I didn't close this up enough, so I gotta reopen this and hang it back on there. Yeah, it's still open. So we'll just open that. And we will pop that back on there. Let's see, that's the front and that's the front. Okay. So now I'm going to hang it this way so that I do actually get that eye closed. In fact, I'm going to use my other pliers because these pliers will actually grab hold of it and I can press it closed all the way. There we go. Just make sure that when you're doing these and you're closing your eye hooks that you're closing them all the way. So that is that, you guys. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful charm. Here, I've got a piece of felt. Let's put this on that. And that way you guys can really get a good look at it. And again, it's much easier to get to see on a still photo because I'm going to hang it from something on the wall so that you guys can actually see what it looks like. But that is it, you guys. Very simple, very easy, but extremely beautiful. And I wanted to really wanted to showcase these flowers that I got on Temu because they are quite beautiful, and they're good to use in so many different applications. I mean, you could do so much with them and really, really make them stand out and make your projects look so much nicer because these flowers, I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't tell you this unless it was true. They are beautiful. They are really nice quality. And I know a lot of times you get worried, you know, buying stuff on Temu that it might not be the best quality. But I gotta be honest with you guys, there have been a few items that I've received from Temu that I was not super thrilled with. But it's pretty few and far between. Most of the stuff that I have gotten from them has been amazing. So I've had no complaints. I've had 1 or 2 items that I probably won't order again. But for the most part, everything's been great. You get a lot for what you pay for their products. And I've been super happy with everything I've gotten. And I know, you know, I know that they will take returns and it doesn't cost you anything to return your items. So one of the other things that I did pick up when I got this stuff, I wanted to show you guys because they're really, really pretty. Oh, and I did get, the other thing that I did get is I was able to get some more of my sparkles. I wanted to try these on one of these as well to see, or an angel or something, to see how they come out. Because I love, I can't tell you enough how much I love this glitter. I will put the link to this. I know you're not seeing it on these projects, but it's one of those things that I was so happy with it when I got it. I was sorry the first time I had only bought 1 package. And then I got 1 package of these because I wasn't sure, you know, what they were going to look like or what they were going to be. And you can see these are actually translucent, transparent, whatever you want to call it. And this package comes with a whole bunch of different images. Look at how pretty these are. But the cool thing is, this side is, it's not paper. I don't even know what you call that. But it peels off. It's got, you can see the back side is shiny and the front side is matte. And you just peel off the back side, if I can get it to peel. I haven't used one yet, but I'm excited to use one of these somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to use my first one yet. Of course, it's going to give me trouble getting it apart. These are the kinds of things that are really tough to, like the first time you get them, you spend forever just trying to figure out how to get them apart, and then once you get it kind of figured out, it's not so bad the next time. But you have to figure out what the trick is to each different one. Okay, so I've got this kind of separated. Just give me a second. Okay. And now it's stuck to my nail. Okay, so you can see it comes apart, and see the back side is shiny and sticky. And so you can use these on your junk journals and things like that. And I'm telling you guys, these images are amazing. What I plan on doing is I want to make some pretty vintagey butterflies. And I thought, with all of the different images that I got, look at this one, has writing on it. Super pretty. And this package was more in the like purples, but they have them in different color variations. So you choose what colors you want. Look at this. This is very cool. It's got the vintage lady on it. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't wait to use that one. And then here's another one with the writing, and here's another one with a lady on it. And these would be pretty with those lacy doily things that I get, especially if you get the ones that are hollowed out in the center and you put one of those over something like this. Oh my goodness gracious. You want to talk about beautiful. Here's another one. I love the vintagey looking ones. This one's super pretty. Now this one's in reds. I'm not quite sure why this one was in this package, but some of these have some reds in them. And then this one. So you get a package, I think there's 10 in a package. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 10 in a package. And they're like, I think these were like $1.50 or something, but I'll put the link to these on this video too, or at least if I forget to put it on this video, I will definitely put the link in when I do a video using these, which will be very, very soon. So but right, I just wanted to show these to you because I was so excited about them, and they're so pretty. And I feel like I'm saving so much money. And I know, you know, I've had people say they won't order from Temu, but I've had no trouble with them at all. And they carry some of the things that I enjoy using, and that you know, it's affordable for me. So, you know, I have to save money everywhere I can, so this is one of the places I do it. And I'm telling you, I can buy these same things on Amazon, but I'm going to pay at least double on Amazon for the same things that I'm getting on Temu for $1.50 or $1, and some things, you know, 89 cents. These were about these were more like $1.60 or something. I can't remember the actual prices, but well worth it. I will be buying these again, and I want to order these in all the colors. I'd like to get a few packages of each color to have in my stash, because I can see myself using these constantly, especially on my butterflies and my bumblebees and things. I can't wait to do some butterflies and bumblebees using those, and I plan on doing that in the next day or so too. So anyway, so you guys, this is our beautiful angel, and I hope you liked this video and this project. I know I did, and I'm looking forward to making some more of these. The next one, maybe we won't have the picture frame on it. We'll do it a little bit different. So I'm going to do some different styles in these, and you know, hope you guys will enjoy them. So thanks so much, you guys. Thanks for watching. Be happy, be blessed. Take care of yourselves, and I hope you guys stay safe and well. And again, take care of yourselves. You can't take care of anybody else until you do that first. Love your family, hug them and kiss them and squeeze them often, and tell them you love them every day if you can. And everybody, pay attention to those strong angels in our midst, because those people that go through so much just on a daily basis, give them love, you guys. Come on, they deserve so much love for all of the things that they do for the people around them. Even if they're not doing for you or me, they're doing for others, and pushing through their own things themselves, but they do it anyway, and they do it because they enjoy doing it, and they want to make people happy. And you know, give them some love, do something for them, you know, because I think that's really important. They deserve to get acknowledged for all of the things that they do for us. So yeah, so love that person who gives extra love to everybody, each and every person they come in contact with, because those are special people, you guys. They are the chosen ones. So thanks so much. God bless you all. Take care. I'll see you in the next video, and stay tuned for photos in the back end. Thanks a lot, you guys. Bye-bye. God bless.